Hey everybody, it's your girl, Ink Noir. Here I am, back again. Just straight up incorrigible. Yeah, how's it going? What's up? Isn't this music great? This internet radio station, Dark Ambient Radio, slaps. They really fit. They fit the vibe hard, big hard. So yeah, had a pretty good productive day today so far, and sleep deprived though. I guess I'm just excited. I'm constantly thinking about this game, if I'm being honest with you. And yeah, it's keeping me up a little bit. It'll pass. It happens with me. I have a form of neurodivergence, which it's partially that I have a form of neurodivergence called high emotionality. The term they usually use is highly emotional person. It is actually a clinical term. It's not fully understood what causes it yet, but they definitely know it's a thing. Combination of genetics and whatnot. Epigenetics, maybe. If you don't know about epigenetics, it's pretty interesting stuff. And what being a highly emotional neurodivergent person does is it makes you vulnerable to developing borderline personality disorder. And borderline personality for a long time was, and even still to this day, can frequently be misdiagnosed as bipolar. Frequently, I think type 2, which is like hypomania with long depressive periods. But the thing about being borderline versus bipolar is it's not on a regular schedule at all. No, sure ain't. It's reactive. It has to do with what's happening for you in your life and stuff. And the flip side of that is the hypomania, when things feel brighter. You know, your stuff starts firing pretty high, and that can make sleep difficult. And you know, sleep deprivation is sleep deprivation no matter what. So that's going on. But I did do some research on OBS. We're still figuring out why I'm not getting the game capture display here on the center of the screen during the warm-up phase on the first 10 minutes of the stream. I've done that lots of times before. With like Mega Man X and Final Fantasy. If you watch my YouTube archive, it's right there. It looks really nice in the thumbnails, because you know I really like having milk drop for my visualizer here, and all, of course. I spent a lot of work on that, actually. You can watch that too. I spent like 15 or almost 20 hours total painstakingly going through every single preset in the Milk Drop 2 visualizer for Winamp and rating them so that, you know, the ones that don't really fit the vibe don't come up, and the ones that like really fit my vibe come up more frequently, you know, tweaking the transitions and all that stuff. So it's really cool. It's a whole part of our atmosphere here. And but I need to get the title screen on there. So we're gonna figure that out. I'm gonna keep working on it. There's a lot of false leads. Like if you search on YouTube or Google OBS Windows 7 32-bit source not displaying, you get about a bajillion videos that are all like black screen error fixed or whatever. And it's like, the most basic thing ever is just like people not adding sources in a lot of them. And then like some of them are really specific things, like working with an NVIDIA capture card, and I don't have that stuff. That's not what we do here yet anyway. So I'll keep working on it. But I was unsatisfied with the placement of the text chat in the previous stream during the game, so I've adjusted that, and I will also check it again once we get into the game properly and totally. So yeah, there's that. If it's your first time here, by all means say hi if you like. Lurkers are also welcome. I hope you're having a great day or night wherever you are, staying safe, keeping it cool. Right. So, Red Letter Media released a new Best of the Worst video like an hour or two ago. I'm really excited. I'm definitely watching that with my girlfriend tonight. Fuck, I love those boys. I love them. I've been a fan for at least 8 years. At least. Around the time that their Jack and Jill review on Half in the Back came out. That's when I noticed them. They came up into my radar. And they're just a part of my life. And they have kept me sane, frankly, during the pandemic. Especially like in the beginning when it was like full lockdown and everybody was locking down and stuff. I was just binging through the whole history of Best of the Worst because of the cool parasocial vibes. So excited. I saw a really good post on Twitter today about how easy it is to save a life. If you go to your pharmacy, you can request to purchase Narcan nasal spray over the counter. And Narcan is very easy to do. You just insert it firmly, but not too hard, up the nasal cavity in the nose. Give a good spray. If you see somebody who is immobile, passed out in a strange place, middle of the day or whatever, not moving, maybe their vitals or their breath are suppressed or low, you could save somebody's life. And actually, I lost a beloved family member, someone who I was very close with in our early childhood, to an overdose. So please consider that. You know, this war on drugs thing sucks. And people don't deserve to die. Narcan, you can get it, you can request it, anybody can buy it. On another note, another good thing that came up actually on Twitter is don't donate at the grocery store checkout. This is actually kind of a money laundering scam, just to use the term colloquially, you know. This is of course an entertainment stream, no allegations are being actually made. But these, you know, billion-dollar companies are asking you for a few pennies and they'll add it together and give it to charities, important charities. Well, here's the thing. They're getting tax write-offs on those. They don't deserve those tax write-offs. Get them yourself. Get them yourself. Put a little change jar in the corner and throw your change in there. Okay? Or you can even do that electronically now with your checking accounts and stuff. Get your own tax write-off. Finally, I want to give a recommendation before we start the game. I've been listening to an album called Beneath the Veil by Zingaya. I'm going to type it into chat here so you know how to spell it. And I will send you a link also. Yeah. Beneath the Veil by Zingaya. If you want some really good witchy vibes, magical stuff, it's not just like vibes. The lyrics are really fully magical. A lot of goddess worship stuff. Very, very good content. And the music is incredible, ethereal wave, kind of multicultural influence. There's some good Egyptian energy, which is cool if you know about like Nuit and Cosmic Trigger by Robert Anton Wilson and everything, which is my vibe. Highly recommend. Give it a listen. It's free on YouTube. So yeah. Let's go to the game. Alright, it seems to still be loading, so I'm going to bring the Winamp back. I'm going to bring that Winamp music back. Yeah, do you see that on screen? Does it? Yes, it does show. Okay, good. Alright, so yeah, it's loading up. I'm glad I started that in advance. Ethereal wave music, also really good for doing Tai Chi too, if you're into gothy, witchy stuff. They used to drive me crazy. I was like, I want this like gothy music, but not goth metal. Goth rock I like, but this is different. What is it? And like, I used to halfway sate myself with dream pop music, which Cocteau Twins, one of your premier dream pop bands, there are a lot of ethereal wave also, actually, as it turns out. I just read about this recently. It makes me happy. It's like my new thing. I'm gonna put it, why it says disable NPC needs. I'm gonna write that down. I'm taking a lot of notes, by the way. So, yeah, if you haven't watched the previous videos, I am brand spanking new to this game. I heard about it about 6 days ago, Tuesday. I had watched Wormgirl's videos on the game Fear and Hunger, and I really liked them. I liked her vibes in her videos. So I went and checked out her other videos, and I'm like, what's all this? And now I'm a fan. Screen. This is the sound of me writing, is me speaking very quietly, because I know you can't see me, but you can hear me. So, disable NPC needs. Because, like, this is one of the things I wonder about. Like, ideally, in like the perfect version of this game, to me, the NPCs would need to eat. They would need to pass waste. You know, they would need to have recreation. They would need to rest and sleep. And they would have conversations with you. Like, you could just ask them about themselves. Like, think about how in Dwarf Fortress, how that game will just generate paragraphs and paragraphs and paragraphs of what's the term? Procedurally generated backstory. Hey, Goat Boat Toad! Goat Boat Toad says, it's good. It's just that NPCs eat and drink your food, so they don't. Even so, nobody plays with NPCs, but it's fun for a new player. Yeah, and that's like, my experience level is very little. I've played about 5.5 hours of this game at this point. Hi! And I was able to explore a hardware store and a nice house in yesterday's stream, part 2, available on YouTube, Ink Noir. And on reflection, like, there's lots of the stuff that you would expect to find in real life if you went into somebody's house and just, you know, scavenged and stuff. But, like, is there really as much of it as there would be? Like, think about the average person's clothing closet and drawers and stuff. Like, how many items of clothing an average person has, right? And same with like food. Like, you know, most people's houses you go into, they're gonna have a week's worth of food sitting there. But the next problem then is transporting all that stuff. That gets tricky. And like, I want to be able to tell NPCs like, oh, stay here, guard this place. Like, I don't want to just have I want to be clear, I don't want to just have the unilateral power to command them, because that's not realistic. But to like build a relationship, demonstrate my strategic and tactical prowess, and then, you know, work together, I guess. You know, like, say we're in our evac shelter, and zombies, like a bunch of zombies start coming. And what if they start coming to like multiple entry points? I want to be able to say to the NPC in a moment, like, I'll hold them off, you barricade the entry points. But I also want the NPC to be able to go, nuh-uh, there's not enough time, and for them to just get involved in combat too, because that's the choice they make, you know? Or, you know, for them to literally soil their pants and flee, you know? It just gets me really excited to think about. God. Shout outs to my dad, as flawed as he has been, as we all are flawed, of course. You know, he taught me at a very, very tender age how to play original first edition Dungeons and Dragons. Not advanced Dungeons and Dragons. He had those books too, but like, he had the OG soft-bound, smaller booklet D&D books. He still has them. Baller, right? I do just want to say, it usually doesn't take this long to load. I've loaded this game up 4 or 5 times now. So, I'm going to set a timer for 5 minutes here. And if it doesn't progress in that time, then we'll restart? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure if there's something I should do. So anyway, those old school D&D manuals, they kindled a passion in my heart for encumbrance statistics. You know what I mean? Goatboat Toad says you can turn it off for new game. Watched a lot of tutorials. Yeah. I've started up a playlist. You can look up on YouTube, Cataclysm, Dark Days Ahead, tutorials and tips. I've got a couple of videos from Worm Girl, a couple of videos from Tom Bruce, and I think an Icon Gaming video in there. Shoutouts to them. Shoutouts to the whole dev team and the entire community. Because this game is the best. Try to be best, cause you're only a man, and a man's got to learn to take it. Try to believe when the going gets tough that you... No, when the going gets rough that you gotta hang tough to make it. I'll stop there. My voice is not what it was 4 months ago when I got sick with something and it's caused a really bad laryngitis. Yo, Goatboat Toad has watched over 70 episodes worth of Let's Play. And that was almost me. Because that's normally what I do. Like, right now I'm watching Christopher Odd play through Jedi Survivor and Darkest Dungeon 2. Because I can't run those games. I'm not going to play through those. That's not going to happen. But, you know, I'm watching these tutorial videos from people and I'm like, what if my shitty old laptop can actually play this cool ass game? Like, isn't that what I want, really? Because it's so open. Like, I'm avoiding Let's Plays personally because I don't want spoilers. Actually, I think I can edit the... No, that's raid buttons. What's that? I don't think I can update my channel info from the mobile. I'm gonna update that tomorrow. I updated it today to say no backseating. That's important, but I also want to say no spoilers. I want to take this really slow. I want to discover things. I want to be terrified when I see some horrific monster for the first time. Because that's how I roll. Every episode's like 30 minutes. Yeah, that's relatable. Very relatable. I don't know, you know, it's not moving at all. Give it another 90 seconds. As per the timer, as agreed. Come on, computer. You think it's bugged and should restart? I mean, I agree. I think it probably is. So what other games do you like? Goatboat Toad? What are you into? Do you like Mega Man? Do you like Zelda? Do you like old school games? Oh shit! Red Letter Media must have had to have edited something for copyright because they had to re-upload their video about 3 hours after they first uploaded it. I wonder what changed. Yeah, I cannot believe people who are going to karaoke or going to clubs and stuff right now, like, COVID-19 is straight up disabling people, aging the cells of their bodies. It's literally stealing life from people. It's horrible. Goatboat Toad says, I played some Project Zomboid lately. That rings a bell. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna just force quit this because I don't think it's responding to any of my commands. Well, I hit ask, and now I've got the little blue circle. I'll give that 1 minute. Just 1 minute. It's giving me a blue circle. Sometimes when I hit escape, it does things. You know, I love smartphones. I love having all the little things in there, little timers and stuff. I can turn on. How do I do that? Is that like arrow keys or like I see this as blue, but yeah, I don't know. Portal storms, ignore NPCs, no fungal growth, bionic professions. Interesting. Oh yeah, okay, I know what that is. Yeah, I don't know what does that. It's in the oh yeah, nice. I'm gonna write that down. I will write down that there's a mod. There is a mod to turn on NPC needs. Nice. Someday I want to more or less essentially recreate Buffy Summers in this game. That'll be great. Alright, we're gonna force quit. Frankly, we're gonna force quit. End process. Rip. Plonk. There goes my source. And we might have to potentially close and restart OBS. And thereby also end the stream and restart. It all depends on if OBS will show the dang game if I open it when OBS is already open. Because we don't have a good history of that here in this system, in my experience of using OBS here. Oh cool, yeah, making world. God, all the options in this game are amazing. I wish that I was streaming the very first time I started up this game, because I created this character. I talk about this in